it's worth noting that when we released Johnny, it did not sell very well. The first issue had sales of under 3,000 copies. You know, we print these things 10,000 at a time.
And then he told me, well, the first one usually sells the best. So.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh well.
But at no point, I mean, is there ever a time when we lost faith in it, and I knew it was going to be a hard sell, which again, it's probably if you're looking at it today, seeing the success of Jhonen and his work and of Johnny, it's hard to imagine a time when people didn't care, but retailers were apathetic, and he was actually, this is a funny story, it's not a funny story, but Jhonen, the first...
Tell that then, what do you mean?
Oh no, it's stupid. What it is that there was, he was actually 4 of the 5 panelists who nominate people for Eisner Awards had wanted to nominate Johnny the Homicidal Maniac for Best New Comic. And the 5th judge, and I guess it needs to be unanimous, but shot them all down simply because he found some of the lettering difficult to read, and said that a comic that should be considered for an award shouldn't be hard to physically read. Which is the kind of stuff that we always came across when we were trying to sell this thing. And there are a lot of retailers who consider themselves, hip and on top of things, who told me, one, I won't even mention his name, he flat out told me this will never sell in my store. And then Jhonen went on tour, and I put him in that store, and he called me the next day and told me that it was the best signing he'd ever had. And 2 nights prior, he had Alex Ross in there, and he had made more money with, had more people physically in his store when Jhonen was there, and more of those people came back later to buy other things. And this is just something I knew was going to happen. It's just tough. So,
but it was too late for that man, for Dan, already angered by the man's comments, had the man killed.
He's dead.
He waved his scepter.
It's like that. Guys, no more.
That thing is so disgusting feeling. It's sticky.
It's tape, not because...
Is it double-sided?
No, it's
because it's sticky.
It's hockey tape. It's made so you can grip it harder. You have no idea what it's like mixing with these people when they're waiting for a signature from you or from Roman or whatever. Sometimes you have to get a little physical, and I don't want this to leave my head.
That's not going to work good.
Actually, the tour, I forgot about that. How did you like that? Did you do another one?
What was that, 97? I sort of drove around the country doing signings and stuff. That was when I was working on Squeak. Yeah, I'd do another one. I'd want to have something a little more consistent, which, means never. But, yeah, that was really fun, because I hadn't really been around the country at all. So, we got in my car, I was driving, we were like, drove around the country there was like 4 of us in a little black Dodge Neon. Yeah. Somewhere in like, I don't know, the Rockies or something, we're like... So that was pretty cool, yeah.
Did you lose a couple people along the way?
Yeah. Well, no, we didn't actually lose any. In the deserts of Nevada. Joe Pesci style. No, people bailed. They had jobs. They went to work on Godzilla. Remember Godzilla, that horrible, the American Godzilla? I think they were carving rocks for Godzilla out of styrofoam. So nobody, I think, left because of anything terribly bad. That I won't talk about. I'll talk about. I don't think you actually even got around to talking about what to look for in submissions and stuff.
Oh,
or is that
these people aren't here to hear that.
All right. Will you design a tattoo for me? Is one that I get a lot. No, no, not because I don't want to or anything. I just don't have the time. I get a lot of people saying, "Will you do a tattoo, design for me?" And I don't. I don't have the time to do tattoos for everyone. So hopefully they can get designs out of the comics. Preferably, they should submit to me the designs that they want from the comics. Because there's a lot of drawings that I hate. Really bad drawings, like in old Johnny issues that I see people come up and go, "Hey, look at my tattoo!" And I'm like, oh. It's not good. That's on you forever, man. What's wrong with you? You've like ruined your ass or your back. They'll get, But, so the answer is no. Yeah, are you actually going to do anything more with JTHM, Squee, etc.? I can't say whether, I definitely want to. I definitely had stories. I think people have heard this one 1,000 times, but I get asked it all the time anyhow. Yeah, I've got stories for all of them. It's probably, people ask if I'm going to do more April 6. I want to do a series that sort of is just sort of, I wouldn't say a conclusion to anyone's story, because it's, they go on forever. But the fun would be in making it interesting again. I wouldn't want to just, Johnny can't just run around killing people again, because it's boring, You get bored of like, hey, there's a guy wearing corduroy. People writing to me, I hate corduroy too. Thanks for saying that. It's like I mentioned milk and cheese. Can you imagine doing milk and cheese forever? Milk and cheese, punching this guy in the face for issue 12 or like when I have a hard time imagining people doing a series for as long as some of them do, like the guys that do superhero comics, that their dream is to do Spider-Man until they die or something. Me, I don't get bored. I just don't. I like to avoid getting bored. I have so much crap in my head, especially after Zen. One of my biggest problems is that I don't have like writer's block or anything. It's almost worse in that there's so many things that I want to work on that to just start one of them makes me feel awful, because I realize, holy crap, it puts into perspective how much other shit I'm not going to get done. So, and time, is always running out. That's like one of the greatest motivators for me, is the fact that I don't feel I'll ever have enough time to do exactly what I want to do before I die, And I'm serious. I really honestly don't think I'll ever have enough time to actually say or do all the things that I want to do. And that's what I love doing now. I like making things up. It's what I've done since I was a kid. It just it hasn't let go of me, the fact that I like telling stories and coming up with other places. Very much because of the fact that I really hate reality. I